Hello and welcome to this Herald theme video. I am Sphinx and today I will be going over my Herald theme ship and ground build. First out we'll take a look at the ground build. So on here I am using Motivation and the mod time device. It still works even though it has been slightly fixed. If you add in the large kit overbooster, it still works like a charm. Not as good as it used to be, but still very good for cooldowns. The Herald parts come from the Herald lockbox, or these days the Infinity lockbox. We do have the solar gateway. It gives radiation damage. Be careful when using this against the Tholians as it can heal them. Then we have gravimetric traps. The great gravimetric traps that move towards nearby target and does physical damage and shield penetration. Then we have the mass gravimetric detonation, which creates gravimetric detonation fields around the target that does a lot of anti-proton damage and knocks them back 22.5 feet. And finally we have the overcharged turret that has a 5 seconds charge up and does 720.2 anti-proton damage. However, this one I don't really like it since the charge up time is a bit long, so very often the enemies are dead by the time it gets to shoot. So alternatives to use here are something like perhaps the Bowl Obelisk, which also does anti-proton damage and is in general quite awesome. And then we also have for anti-proton, we have the anti-proton leash from Measure of Morality Part 2. It does a bit of anti-proton and also holds your target. Further on we do have a kit from Ryza, which has a lot of kit performance on it. Then we have from the Lobby store, we have the Herald Tactical Combat Armor. Once upon a time, the best armor you could get. It's still good, and the big takeaways here are the critical chance and the critical severity it gives. And of course, I'm always using Burnham's EV suit. Shield and secondary weapon are from Temporal Front, the Nakul Temporal Upper Ship, which the two-part is what we are really interested in. That is the critical chance and critical severity boost. And the main weapon is the Herald Anti-Proton Beam Projector, also from the Lobby store. I'm mainly using the primary attack, since the secondary attack has a bit of a long spool of time and the primary attack has a chaining effect to it, so it works like a charm. Other than that, I'm also using the Android and dinosaur, gambling device. We have the Shara possibilities, and finally the large kit overboosters that you get from Kit R&D. You can craft them under here. And of course the away team also are fully heralded up, so to say, at least in the weapons. All of them are using the Herald Anti-Proton Stun Beam Projector, which comes from the lockbox. You can pick them up in the exchange, they're not that expensive. And it's kind of the secondary version of the staff that we have on the captain. So let's now take a trip to Nimbus and watch the different kit modules in action. And furthermore, we have some ground traits that we want to look at. We have upgraded gear, gives kit performance when defeating a foe. I'm also using a universal law as Valakis, gives me damage resistance when I'm being attacked, or bonus damage when I'm not being attacked. Field Technician for more kit readiness. Hive Mind for bonus damage per teammate within 20 meters. Then we have Technophile, gives kit performance. This is from R&D in kits, level 15. And also using Vicious, bonus damage and critical severity. Tenavic's Council, when you do anti-proton damage or any other damage over time, you add on an extra anti-proton damage. Kinda neat. Soldier for bonus ranged weapon and ranged weapon critical severity. Strike Team Specialist, 40% chance for more critical chance when attacking. And finally we have Berserker, gives me bonus damage per foe within 5 meters. Now let's take a look at a capture point in the Dyson Sphere, where you will see everything being used at once.
And now let's take a look at the ship and the build. This is the Herald Vonph Dreadnought carrier, the little big ship named by MC Wolfcat1 on Twitch. It's a tier 6X upgraded, and we have a set of Herald anti-proton dual heavy cannons, fully upgraded and engineered for maximum damage. For those in the front, we are using the colony deflector, competitive engines,
the procs for firing modes, and the 2 piece from Discovery, the warp core and shields. In the back we have Herald anti-proton turrets, 3 of those, also maximum upgraded and re-engineered for most damage. Energy amplifiers from R&D in beams, level 10. Deuterium surplus from the Alhina system, which you can craft. We have reactive armor catalyst from the Iconian War, and we also have the Kobayashi Maru transponder from an old event. The Universal Console, or the Lorca custom fire control slot as we call it, because this is so good you just want it. Gives extra critical chance and weapon power setting, and also shield penetration. Then we have the Domino for firing cycle haste and bonus damage and recharge speed. This also gives phaser damage, but it's so good that you can use it on any type of damage builds. Then we have the sensor suspension burst from the Jarrock carrier, the event ship from the anniversary event. This one is very good for boosting your pets. It also gives yourself some critical chance and aux power. The ultimate modified Smurf processor gives me critical chance. And then we have the Bioneural infusion circuits, also lobby item, gives hull capacity and critical severity. Timeline stabilizer, cooldown reduction on science officers' abilities. The assimilated module for more critical chance and severity. And the DPRM does not need any more introduction. And of course, 4 of those vulnerability locators from the Fleet Spire. And finally, the hangars are the elite Mir fighters from the Fleet Starbase that you can buy when you have this ship. Traits for space. We have Good Day to Die. And since this is a big ship and we're using cannons, we want to use Deft Cannoneer from Cannons R&D, level 15. Gives flight turn rate when using cannon skills. Context is for kings. Use damage resistance if you take damage, or bonus damage if you don't take damage. Fleet Coordinator, mostly useful when on a team. Intelligence Agent Attaché, when you critical strike you get 2% of captain abilities recharge. Adaptive Offense, more critical chance, and when you critical strike your chance becomes severity. Superior Cannon Training, this is upgraded in your fleet's Starbase K13 from Cannon Training. That's 2% more, 2.5% more. Your bonus damage. Self-modulating fire, when you do critical hits, you gain 50% shield penetration. And of course, Boiler is always on service for the chance of cooldowns on abilities. This one is also using unconventional systems. When you're using a control ability, it gives recharge to universal consoles. Starship traits, we have Strike from Shadows. We have the emergency weapon cycle. We have overpowered and overgunned. Calm before the storm. Weapon emitter override. And finally, all the way tucked down there, Withering Barrage for the Scatterbolt extension. If you want to see more of my Star Trek Online content, or any other content I create, you can follow me over on Twitch as well, where I stream every week. I am currently working on a new project I have called From Zero to Hero, where I go entirely free to play and work my way up to become able to do advanced TFOs only using free stuff. So far it has been a very fun ride, and I will continue to post updates to my Discord, and eventually I will begin to make entirely free-to-play build videos. The music in the background is made by me, and if you're a content creator yourself, you can freely use it in your streams or videos. Available on all major music streaming platforms. Just search for Splings Music. And of course you're invited to join my Discord, where we talk about a lot about random things and also a bit of Star Trek Online. Links to all of this is in the description. And if you like this video, remember to leave a like, and if you don't like it, leave a dislike. Or even consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more. And now, let's witness this behemoth of a ship in combat.
We did it. 2 of our...
That rift's unstable.
Klingon vessels are warping into your position.
Thank you for coming. Truly. Our systems are...
Under the circumstances,
If you feel that...
that's one less rift to worry about. Let's regroup with Kumar.
Bad news, I'm afraid. Klingons are approaching our position.